everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to give you a brief synopsis on the chapter The Court of Justice. So I'll be reading out all the important lines over here, okay, because this chapter is very long. It's a 5-6 page chapter, and that's going to take ages to explain you every single word. So you can read the chapter on your own, okay, and I'll be telling you the main dialogues which are difficult to comprehend, okay, and I'll be giving you the brief of the story. I'll be giving you a synopsis, okay, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. And now let us continue. Okay, so the Court of Justice. So let us discuss the characters real quick. So there's a Duke of Venice, and Portia is a girl who is disguised as a male lawyer, and Nerissa is disguised as the Portia's clerk, the lawyer's clerk. So the clerk is the helper of the lawyer. Antonio is a merchant, okay, and Bassanio and Gritano are Antonio's friends, and Shylock is the opposition party, is the one who has signed the contract with Antonio, and we will know the situation ahead. And here you can see on the side the mind map which I have created. This shows the relationship between the characters for your clarity, so you can note it down, okay. Yeah, let me read the situation to you real quick. Shylock had lent some money to Antonio. The agreement signed specified that if Antonio was unable to return the money within a period of time, he would have to repay Shylock with a pound of flesh carved from his chest. In this scene, the case that Shylock has brought against Antonio is being tried. The Duke of Venice, that is the main deciding authority who presides over the court, reads out a letter from Dr. Bellario informing the court that he is ill and so unable to come to Venice. So Dr. Bellario was supposed to be the lawyer who would have to come and see the court, practice the court case, but instead he sent a young doctor of laws whose name was Portia. So Portia was actually disguised as a lawyer, and her name Balsthar. It's Balsthar, a young doctor from Rome whose name is Balsthar. Okay. But he has sent a young doctor of laws to replace him. Doctor of laws means lawyer. Okay, so what is happening here is that Portia comes and she's telling the judge that she has come from old Bellario. Okay, and the judge at first finds it hard to believe that a young person can be so knowledgeable and experienced. So he might be feeling odd, but he still, in spite of all that, he lets her, that is him who is disguised, try the case. Okay, so now the case is being tried, and Shylock, who has lent the money to Antonio, is rigid on his on his contract. He's saying that Antonio isn't able to return my money. And you know why he wasn't able to return his money? Because Antonio's ships were late, right? His ships were late in coming, and that ship contained all the important wealth and whatever precious things he had, whatever he had earned in his lifetime was in that. So it was late, and probably the ships had drowned. So he had come into this certain poverty, and he couldn't give up. He couldn't give a single penny. Now he was in a very bad situation. All right. So now, so the words expressively said that if Antonio was unable to return the money, he had to give a pound of flesh carved from his chest. So that means that Shylock was asking for Antonio's life indirectly. Shylock was a Jewish person, and Antonio was a Christian by religion. And you know, right, Jews count their money to the last shekel, right? So they don't want to leave even a single penny. He was a Jew, so he was very jealous of Antonio because Antonio was a very wealthy merchant, right? So he was trying to take his life, and he had seized this opportunity. He has taken this opportunity to take Antonio's life and get him out of the way, because he was the obstacle, right? So now the Portia is trying to say that try being merciful, please take the money from his friends. Gritano and Bassanio, both Antonio's friends, are trying to give the money on his behalf, but Shylock is not ready to take it. So Portia is trying to make him feel softer. She's saying that, okay, he can like you can make few changes in the contract, even mercy, even kindness is given light whenever you decide upon a justice. So here whatever exact lines are given, I'm reading it out to you because it's difficult. So that's what Portia said. Okay. Okay, the quality of mercy is not strained. Strained means it's not forced. So she's saying to Shylock, who is very rigid on his contract, that no, I want a pound of flesh only. Now the due date has gone. So what she's saying, the quality of mercy is not forced. It drops as gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. So it is as gentle as the rain that is dropping from the heaven. Okay, she's comparing. It's a kind of a metaphor. It is twice blessed. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. So according to Portia, both of them are blessed. If Shylock is extending the time limit or making his contract more flexible, both of them are getting mercy. Shylock is also receiving mercy and Antonio is also receiving mercy from Shylock. So then God will bless them twice. That's the thing which Portia is trying to insist upon. It's mightiest and the mightiest. It suits the monarch better than his crown. His scepter means scepter means an ornamental stick or staff which is carried by the king, to show his dignity, to show his power. Shows the force of worldly power, right, as I rightly said. The glory and majesty of kings, which is a gift from God himself. But earthly power is most like God's when mercy seasons justice. Mercy seasons justice means kindness is also given importance when deciding upon a verdict, right? Therefore, though you have come to this court of justice, it does teach us all to render deeds of mercy. I have spoken thus much to soften the justice of thy plea, which if you follow, this strict court of Venice must pass sentence against the merchant there. So she's trying to say that kindness is something which will suit the monarch better than his crown. That means the crown that the king wears, it will look pale in front of the kindness. The kindness is even better than those materialistic things, those objects which the kings wear or the gods wear. It is even better than that. So kindness, she is trying to say that kindness should also be considered while deciding upon some verdict, deciding upon something in the court of law. So she is saying that please soften your ways so that he should also get justice. Both the parties should get equal justice, whether good or bad, right? So she is trying to say that, okay, try being softer. You are being too rigid, because taking a life of a person in exchange of money is ruthless, it's heartless, though it is approved by the court of law, right? Right. So Bassanio is ready to tender it. He is ready to give it up on the behalf of Antonio. So Bassanio is Antonio's friend. He's ready to give it up. But this Shylock is not ready to do that. Okay. And then at last, Antonio is asked. Okay, they decide upon the verdict. Portia also tries her level best, but nothing happens. And now at the last, they try. Antonio wants to say last words to his best friend Bassanio. He's saying, "Fare you well, Bassanio. Bye bye, Bassanio. Take care. I know I won't see you again. Because now he is taking my life. But don't you think that I came into this situation because of you. I did this because we are true friends, and please tell your wife all that had happened, and also please let her know that I was a true friend." And he is also thankful. Surprisingly, he is thankful for that verdict, because now already his ships are not coming up and nobody knows whether his money has been saved. So he's saying that, okay, God, usually we outlive our money. Sometimes what happens, all our money goes away and we become poor, and then we have to live in that poverty. So for so long we have been living a lavish life, a good life, but then suddenly you come down to a level where you have to beg for food, right? So that is quite sad. That's quite a sad situation, right? So but he's saying that, okay, at least I don't have to see those bad days. So nature is kind enough to me. And also I forgot to mention, Portia was trying to soften the plea, right? She was trying to soften the his strictness, Shylock's way of thinking. So she was also suggesting him to just like bring the surgeon just in case he starts bleeding to death, right? Right. So Antonio just says his last word, and something interesting happens. Now Portia interrupts them again, and she says, "Wait, wait, wait! It's not enough. The contract is saying a pound of flesh, so it allows not a drop of blood. So if Shylock is by chance taking a drop of blood even less than the strand of hair, मतलब इससे भी कम अगर वो drop of blood ले रहे हैं, so all his money shall be seized and he will have to die." And you know, right, Jewish people according to this extract, they count their money to the last shekel. They do not give discounts to anybody. They're very greedy and business minded people. They only find their profit in things. They don't think about others, according to Shakespeare. Okay. Right, so this is what is happening, and this will be shocking for him as a Jew, right? And even taking life is very scary, it's unacceptable, right? So he gets scared, and now eventually he runs away. He is like, okay, I don't want anything, let the devil enjoy his victory. Okay, right. And there's one more specific thing which I would like to say. Each time the judge was taking a decision, the parties were praising her, right? So if she was taking a judgment in favor of Antonio, Antonio and Britannia and Bassanio were praising her. Or if she was taking the judgment for Shylock, Shylock was praising her. He was saying that, oh, she's such a big Daniel. Daniel means an amazing person, right? And now I'll be discussing the word meanings with you real quick for your better understanding. You can write it down if you like. Doctor of laws meaning lawyer. Recommends means suggests. Admit means allow to come in. Acquainted means familiar with. Lack of years means lack of experience. Impediment, something that comes in way or obstructs. So old ahead means so much wisdom. Portia means Bassanio's wife, who was disguised here as a male lawyer. The dispute that holds the present question in this court. So this phrase means, are you acquainted with what is happening around? Okay, stand forth, come forward. Suit means here the case of claim brought before the court, the situation which is going on in the court means suit. You stand within his danger means you are in danger because you have offended him. This is a phrase which is used there, okay, in that instance. Do you confess a bond meaning? Do you admit that you entered into his agreement? Compulsion, obligation. Strain means forced. Scepter means an ornamental stick which a king or queen holds. Mercy seasons justice means kindness is also given importance when deciding upon a verdict. I am reading these things out of here. So in case if you don't have these word meanings, please write it down. Please stop my video and write it down, whatever I am saying. Render, provide. My deeds upon my head, that means I am responsible for my actions. Crave, want very much. Forfeit of my bond, fine or penalty that I deserve according to my contract. Tender, offer or give something. So here in this case means money. Suffice, be sufficient. On forfeit of, at the risk of losing. Malice bears down. Ill will or enmity is stronger than. Malice bear down means everything. Negativity is weaker than something, right? Beseech means beg. I beseech you, I beg you. So I want all my students to use these advanced words, right? I'm not reading it out in the air. I really want you guys to use these words because even I use these words as a student. Curb, restrain or keep back. Decree, official order, precedent, earlier event or action taken as an example or a guide. A Daniel come to judgment. So Daniel was a character in the Bible who had fine powers of judgment. This expression is used to describe someone who can judge a difficult situation or problem wisely. Reverted, that is respected and admired. Perjury, violation of an oath, that means a violation of a promise, that is telling a lie. Bid, here tell to. There is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond, meaning nothing anybody says can change my mind. I have decided upon my thing. Lest means in case, lest he bled to death. In case he bled to death. I am fallen to this for you. I am in this situation because of you. That is, Antonio had borrowed money from Shylock to help Bassanio. So I just told you that, right? Everything, this thing is clear. This is a phrase which is used there, not used everywhere, okay? Lingering means going on for a long time. Commend, speak well of. Expressively, clearly or specifically. Mark means pay attention, take note. Soft means wait. There are two meanings of soft. Soft means something which is silky, soft to touch, smooth. And soft in here in the Shakespeare language means weight also. So don't get confused. Principal means the main amount of money which Antonio had borrowed from Shylock. So it is principal, Principal. Okay, principal here means amount of money and principal means the school principal. And principal, Principle means principles. You're principally driven, you are disciplined. Principles, your rules. Okay, and that's all with this synopsis, and this was written by William Shakespeare, and it is adapted from The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. So those who have read this novel will know what it is revolving around. Until next time, it's me zooming out. Thank you and have a lovely day. And yes, wait. Don't forget to read the chapter twice and thrice for your better understanding. Okay, thank you and have a lovely day. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.